I'm Matt. I play bass in Comeback Kid.
I'm Andrew. I sing in Comeback Kid.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
Okay, so I'm going to start off with how do you all think that your music has changed, more I guess for you, Andrew, since your first album, Turn It Around?
Our first album, like, I think we were just kind of trying to figure out the genre that we were playing. So, like, I was playing in kind of more heavier bands before that, and then I wanted to do hardcore, but make it more like use some of the influences I had from growing up, like skate punk and melodic kind of fast music. So just this kind of melodic hardcore, just mixing the stuff I grew up with you know, the hardcore that I was listening to, and so that's what that was then. And we had another singer, you know, Scott was singing with us, and I think throughout it we've just kind of started to write different kinds of songs, and like you know, up to we're broadcasting was a lot more kind of complex songs, and we just did a new record, and kind of maybe I wouldn't say made it more simple, but like the songwriting was just a lot more maybe thought out, and well, it's always thought out, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
it's hard for me to explain my music.
I know what you're trying to say.
What I mean?
It is hard to.
If I could like sit here with a tape player or something, or a CD player, like, this part is a lot different from that, you know.
I understand that. Okay, well, speaking of Scott, when he left in 2006, did you all think about ever bringing in a brand new vocalist, or did you always know that you were just going to shift and you were just going to bring in somebody else?
We thought about it, but I think that like at that point we were in the middle of a tour, and it just was easier to for me to just like,
you already knew everything.
I knew it, the words,
right?
You know, was involved in writing them and stuff, so it was just kind of and before that too, actually our guitar player now, Casey, he'd filled in with us, and I sang when Scott was actually in the band. We did Scott couldn't like do a tour, and so we continued on, just did it anyways.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so it was just kind of like we'd done it before, and we were just like, we had to make a quick decision, and it would have been too weird if it's like, oh, we'll finish this tour with me singing, and then another guy is going to be singing.
Right.
It's just like, try to keep it as consistent as possible.
Okay, well, that's good. It was a smooth transition.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Matt, you and Casey were both in a band, Regret, right?
Yep.
Okay. Did you all think that you would ever be in like a whole nother band together?
I mean, Casey and I, we've always been, like, well, I mean, we got to know each other through Regret, but we got really close through that and always kept in touch. Like, he joined Comeback Kid before I did even.
Right.
And then, like, we kept in touch through that, and, you know, we'd always talked about, like, after he was with Comeback Kid, about trying to get him back into Regret in his off time, because, like, you know, he's just a great guitar player and a good friend of mine. So we were always trying so hard to be like, okay, well, after this tour you can come back, and, you know, after this show you can come back. And actually, he didn't end up doing that until I joined Comeback Kid. So it's like we got in two bands together at that time. So, but I mean, to the extent that Comeback Kid is able to tour and play shows, no, we never thought we'd be able to do that much together.
Right. Well, because it's like, seems uncommon for people to be in like, you know what I mean, jump to another band together and that band be successful, and not just like some side project or whatever.
And Casey and Matt also have a new band called Low Talker. Dude, and it's pretty awesome.
We can't stop being in bands.
Well, that's okay. That's what you do, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. This is a dumb question, but if CBK had to stand for something else, like California Butt Kitchen, for example.
Hold up, hold up. Before you say anything, when we did shows with Biohazard in Europe this last summer, Evan said, you got to stop using CBK, because that doesn't even mean Comeback Kid. Comeback Kid would be 2 letters, and it looks too much like California Pizza Kitchen, so you got to change it.
Well, because every time somebody says it or I see it, I think California Pizza Kitchen. So I'm always like, what would the B stand for?
That didn't occur to me until Evan said that.
No, it's always occurred to me, but I think CBK just is better than
CBK.
And I like it because it's kind of like CB4, the movie, you know that?
Right. But so what would it, like, if you could pick something else for that to stand for, that would be awesome, what would it be?
Canadian Brocore, and core spelled with a K.
Totally.
Perfect. You'd have to change to like crunk core or something. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, Andrew, is your girlfriend still the Slurpee girl?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
It's over.
She's still the Slurpee girl.
Okay. Oh, just wondering, because that was kind of interesting.
It's pretty cool, eh?
It is.
Yeah, it was just a random photo shoot that ended up like on every corner in
every
Australia.
7-Eleven.
So it's pretty random, I thought.
But did you know that that was there when you walked into that 7-Eleven? Or were you like, what the?
Well, we were just we just found out about it.
Okay.
On the cups and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
it was just
hilarious.
this one, and she would like go into like 7-Eleven and be like, that's me, but they would be like, no, that's not you.
Right.
And we'd try to get free Slurpees.
I
and
think
Oh, I was
one of
going to say,
those-
do you get free? Or
we
did you get free?
We didn't.
That's
one of those
stupid.
cups was rolling around in our van for like the better part of 2 years,
Yeah.
and like it just looked like a piece of garbage, but no one threw it away because they knew it was this special like friend
Aw.
cup.
Friend cup.
I want to save that cup and laminate it. So.
That would be awesome. Okay, well, I know you all, because you and Jeremy were in Figure 4.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all still do stuff with them? Are they still, like, alive?
No. Probably like we never broke up, but we stopped like touring in 2003 or 4.
Okay, well, didn't Figure 4 and Come Back Kid play together at one point?
Like
Or no?
we did maybe 1 or 2
Oh, okay.
short runs together out to like Hellfest or for a wedding one time we did a tour together. And we had
Awesome.
Figure 4 Come Back Kid shirts
Uh-huh.
with rings in the middle because we were going out to visit our friends in Vancouver, and Scott, our old singer, did the tour,
Oh yeah.
the dates on there, and Saskatoon somehow got like misspelled to Saskatoon, so
Awesome.
it's kind of an ugly shirt too.
Oh, well, it gives it character, I guess. All right, well, you all tour a lot, obviously. Can you think of a favorite tour? Like, do you have a favorite tour that you've done in all your years?
A couple that come to mind recently, we did this tour in Australia called Soundwave, which is like, it's like the Warped Tour of Australia, but it's a little shorter because it's a smaller country. And like, just like they bring so many good bands, like international bands, together for that, and like it was just so smooth, and it was in the best country in the world. And then another one that comes to mind is we did this tour called Through the Noise that we did in Canada and in Europe, where we just got like, it was like at the time like a really dream lineup for us. Like we got our friends in Misery Signals, and we got Bane, who's a band that's been attached to the hip with Comeback Kid forever. And
Right.
a lot of other bands we're friends with, like Outbreak and Gravemaker. Shai Lu did it. A band we became friends with, Architects, came out and did the
I
European
love them.
part. Yeah, so it was, that's like for me, that's one of my fondest memories.
Okay. Andrew, you concur?
That was cool.
Well said.
Both those tours were really cool. We did a Persistence tour in Europe with Sick of It All, Madball, Terror, Walls of Jericho, and The Distance, and that was like, for me, like as a hardcore fan, like
That was-
you know, Sick of It All and Madball was pretty great.
Right.
And then just we got to tour Southeast Asia and South America, and those were just like sick because it's like cool new places and
Right.
getting in the mix, and that's what's kind of like really special about this, or at this point for me, you know, being
Right.
able to go to
Exactly.
really great
Yeah, right
places.
Okay, was there anything that you all haven't done yet as a band that you would like to? Because I feel like you've done about everything. Like you have a
We
live
haven't
album,
gone- we haven't
you've
gone to
toured.
South Africa.
Oh, you haven't?
That'd be sick.
And you won?
There's a few like random places, like even not that far, like Alaska. I'd like to do. They did.
Have you been to Hawaii?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was great. I'd like to go to Russia again. I'd like to go, like, maybe play some more mainland China shows because we were able to do, like, Hong Kong, but we didn't get to go around much more than that.
Oh,
As far as locations, those are ones that come to mind.
right.
Aside from that, we've toured with a lot of our favorite bands, and we would like to continue to tour with our favorite
Right.
bands.
The dream would be to sustain being able to do what we do.
Right.
Like, just keep that going, like, keep touring with friends and bands we respect, and, like, I don't think there's as many, like, no one's trying to, like, get crazy and take it to all these places where it doesn't make sense. But
Right.
to be able to sustain would be great.
That's well put because y'all have done a lot, so not much left, I guess. Okay, well, that's all. Was there any little last words or anything?
I think so.
Thanks a lot. We have a new
Well,
record.
thank you.
We have a new record coming out. It's
Uh-huh.
called Symptoms and Cures, and I think it's going to come out at the end of August or early September on Victory
Okay.
Records and Distort in Canada. So check it out.
All right, well, you can wave bye to everybody.
Thank you.
See ya.